Good morning, guys. Welcome to the first ever vlog on this channel. So today is Friday, August 14th. It's like 8:45 a.m. I woke up around like 45 minutes ago. I already got a video posted. When I was in the shower, I was like, you know what? Let's record today, right? So the agenda for today is pretty simple, okay? Oh my God, yo. Camera making me look quite large. Anyways, the agenda for today is super easy, right? 8:45, market opens in like 45 minutes. Okay, so we are going to make some food, probably get a coffee. Ooh, I would go on a walk, but it does look like it's raining outside, so we'll probably just read a little bit. Normally that's what I do every single day. I wake up, I drink hella water, I piss it out, I take a shower, I brush my teeth. Normally the teeth comes first, doesn't matter, okay? Then kind of just eat, read my book. 9:15, I send a pre-market analysis to the cord. And then after, I run a call with the Discord, I journal my trade in the Discord. I do a lot for the Discord, boys. So if you're interested, you should join up. But anyways, then after that, we go to the gym. We mainly focus on content. And actually, shout out to Tiz Trades for inspiring me to do this, bro, because I've been wanting to make vlogs, but I'm like, oh, I need to get a good camera. I have a good camera. Okay, this camera works fine. Okay. So I've made vlogs before and they've never got edited or posted because I just push it out. So shout out Tiz Trades. I'm gonna put him like up here somewhere. Go check out his newest vlog. Super cool. Okay. But also on the agenda today, I'm taking my little brother to the Spider-Man movie. And other than that, bro, we'll kind of just see where the day takes us. After the gym, I'm hitting a push day. So yeah, let's cook up some food, shall we? Let's do. Bro, the greatest thing about being proactive is that you already have your shit ready to go. We have our potatoes ready to go. We're making eggs, potatoes, ground beef. Oh my God. I want to start getting out vlogs regularly because it is something that I really love to do. Like I said, I've been posting short form for probably 2 years now, but I've never really posted like vlogs or anything like that. I posted backtesting videos, psychology videos, educational videos, but I've never just posted like a day in the life of what I do. And, I kind of want to. So, yeah. All right, good morning, guys. First of all, say what's up to the vlog, and let's get into our bias really quick. So these 5-minute for red gaps can continue to hold price, right? I'd be super valid looking for longs, especially maybe just up to these relative equal highs if we could not take them out, which I honestly doubt that we will do, right? But these relative equal highs are also super low time frame, right? 15-minute, decent, right? But mostly 5-minute relative equal highs, right? But still a good draw on liquidity, okay? As well as we do have all-time highs that are untapped up here, right? So I'm assuming that we will want to rip. Now, I do want to see a good retrace. So that's kind of what I want to see for today, right? If we can generate more liquidity, hold these gaps, right? Maybe even sweep back into this 2-hour. That would be super ideal. But yeah, so enjoy the rest of your day, guys. And there will be a vlog coming out soon. So just wait. All right, guys, so we ended up taking a trade. We ended up taking a super small L, and TradeSync actually blessed me because we only ended up taking this trade on a singular account, one eval, simply because I was on the wrong account. So here is the trade that I took, right? We had this 2-minute inversion, or where was it? We had a 3-minute inversion. I got entered back in on the pullback right here. And then I had my stops down here, right? Risking around $250, trying to make $750 to pass these accounts, right? And then we opened a 5-minute for value gap, and I moved my stop up to the respection once we respected that. So I lost around $100 or $180, $190. So it's rough, but that's what happens within trading. So yeah. See you boys at the gym. All right, so we are on the way to the gym. I don't know how much that I'm going to be able to record because there is kind of a strict, like, they don't really want people recording in here. So we'll see. My mom's meeting me at the gym for something, bro. I don't know, but we're gonna bring her in the vlog, yo. So I can't wait. Dude, taking that loss today was super tragic, bro. I should have kind of just faded the day, right? But I risked super light. And I only ended up taking that trade on a singular eval because TradeSync kind of went wrong. So TradeSync, I was on the wrong account. And yeah. So shout out to TradeSync. But dude, I'm super excited, man. The rest of the day is gonna be really cool. I'm gonna go see the Spider-Man movie with Lil Bro. And maybe go do something with my mom. Maybe go to dinner or something like that. So yeah, it's gonna be awesome, man. But I'll definitely show you guys the pump for sure. But yeah, I love you boys, man. If you made it this far in the vlog, go ahead and drop a penguin emoji down below. I always say drop the penguin emoji. The penguin emoji is my favorite emoji, okay? The penguin emoji is my favorite emoji. So go ahead and drop that down below. Love you boys. Peace. All right, boys, we just left the gym. We're about to go pick up my little bro, and we better watch that new Spider-Man movie. Shit's about to be lit, okay? I cannot wait. I will see y'all over there. I couldn't get a lot of footage in the gym because, bro, it was so loud. But if you have seen the movie, drop in the comments what you think of the movie. Me and little bro will share our opinions. All right, little bro, sit curious. Say what's up to the vlog, bro.
What's up, guys?
Yeah. All right, so yeah, we're about to go watch the Spider-Man movie. Like I said, after we're gonna let you guys know what we thought about it, but I think it's gonna be good no matter what. And you just watched the last one last night, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you know you're up to date. It's gonna be interesting, right? What do you think?
I think it's gonna be.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be really awesome. All right, so we're talking about our dream cars, and my dream car is literally my lock screen AMG GTS. Need that car, and then either a Maybach GLS SUV, something, I don't know. I don't know the numbers of the SUVs, Mercedes. But, gotta go with the AMG GTS. And then dream car, bro, SF90. And then an Aston Martin Valkyrie. Okay, so, what is your favorite car? If you had infinite dollars, what car would you buy?
My favorite car is
SRT Demon. SRT Demon. Are you one of them YNs?
No.
Where's the ski mask, bro? Okay. The Challenger or the Charger?
No.
The Charger SRT Demon. Oh, Challenger? Okay. Alright, anything else? That's your favorite car ever. That car right there. That's crazy. A Challenger. I mean, that's not a Demon, but that's your favorite car ever? So that's like your dream car, or what car would you get if you had $1,000?
I'll get one.
A Bugatti? Which one? Chiron? Veyron? The whatever the new one's called that I can't pronounce? Yeah. Any type of Bugatti. Alright, so we just got done with the movie. Holy peak. Holy tough. Holy insanity. I think I almost cried. I actually did cry. I cried a lot, man. That was insane, bro. What did you think, bro?
It was good. By the way, the car's over there.
Oh, the car's over here. Oh, my bad. Yo, oh my God. That movie was absolutely insane. I low-key can't believe it. You guys got to go watch that if you have not watched it yet. What did you think?
It was fire.
It was absolutely insane. I'm not gonna lie. Wow, man. That's probably the best movie that I've ever watched. It really captures, oh my God, everything. Everything that you love in a good superhero movie, right? There was some funny moments. There was the courage. There was, oh my God, it was amazing, man. That was great. I'm not gonna spoil it for you guys, but just know, that was insane, bro. Insane. Wrapping the day up. Little hoops with the boy. Come on, bro. Don't make me get much better than this, we're wrapping that bitch up there. I'm not gonna lie. We got cooked. 21-0 both games. This shit ain't for me. Low-key, I'm never hooping again. I'm not gonna lie. It's over with. Wait, Jude. Do something for him. Do something for him. Hold up. Oh my God. Oh my fucking God. Oh my God. I'm gonna do a Q&A when I get home, but I wanted to show you guys what I got from the grocery store really quick. So, little hack here. I kind of just got a bunch of bullshit. Yogurt bars. Oh my God, these are so good, bro. Focus. We got these mini yogurt bars. We grabbed the Johnny Pops, bro. These are a cheat code. These are literally 45 calories a pop and like no sugar added and just straight carbs, bro. They're so good. The protein oats, fire. I got, dude, this is so good. This organic coconut water. Holy moly. Then little salad. We got the organic bananas, yes sir. And then we got 2 bottles of kefir. Bam, we got the blueberry jount and the regular one. So yeah, I low-key kind of just stocked up on liquids. It's kind of what happens when I come to the store, so super rough, but yeah, a little haul. Shebang, bro. All right, I'm gonna see y'all when I get home. Doing a little Q&A. Good hoop session, bro. I'm beat, dude. I'm not gonna lie. All right, so I wanted to end the video off with a little Q&A. It is the next morning, and I'm kind of just going on a little walk. So just gonna answer some questions, end the video off with some slight knowledge for you guys because I do love you guys. So anyways, first question is, what was the hardest thing for you to overcome within trading? So something that was really hard for me to overcome was kind of in the beginning, the ideology that, you know, you need to work a job, you need to do all these things. This trading stuff isn't going to work because that's kind of what everyone around me believes. Like I was really struggling to trust in the process, especially before I, you know, got a payout. And as soon as you get a payout, bro, your whole mindset just changes because now you know, wow, this is real. Like it just opens up the, I just think after that, I just thought like, damn, anything that's online money wise related, you can actually do. It's insane. But then another problem that a lot of traders run into that I ran into myself is after you get a payout is you kind of quit doing the system, right? I got a $500 payout back in like December or January, and that was my first ever payout. And I quit journaling. I started taking more discretional entries because I thought like, oh, I have a payout, I'm profitable, I know how the market moves. When it's like your system got you to that winning statistic in the first place, what's going to get you there more? Doing the same thing, not changing it up, right? So it just makes no sense, bro. But geez, man. Yeah, those are probably the biggest 2 issues. Yeah, okay, next question. What's the difference between high resistant and low resistant liquidity? So the difference between high resistant and low resistant liquidity, disrespecting versus respecting, right? What do fair value gaps do? They can be respected or they can be disrespected, right? If you come into your day and you see, you know, bullish is being respected, right? You can assume that the draws above are going to be low resistance liquidity. If you have these trend line liquidity, these slanted highs, right? And high resistant liquidity is going to be liquidity that's already been swept out, right? Especially turtle souped. The most high resistant liquidity that you're going to see within the market is going to be these swing points inside of fair value gaps that have been turtle souped. So turtle soup is when we wick below and then we close back above. Okay, so we just print a wick, but we do not actually have a full candle closure. That is a turtle soup. And when you have that combined with being inside of a fair value gap, that's super high resistant liquidity, right? You want to be trading away from that, right? So yeah, super easy. Honestly, you just use respecting versus disrespecting, and then you use, you know, your conditions to, you know, let you confirm which liquidity pools the market wants to go towards. Yeah. Okay, next question. What defines a high quality setup for you? Okay, so a high quality setup for me, there's really only like 3-4 things that I look at. So I mean, I could go into the full breakdown, but it's really just stupid at this point. So the main things for me are going to be, what is your high time frame narrative? Okay, what is the high time frame doing? You want to make sure that your high time frame is aligned with your low time frame, and that's just going to give you a higher winning statistic. Number 2 is going to be your AMD. You always want to have good AMD on both pairs. Ideally, sometimes if you have that SMT, right, you can disregard that manipulation on both pairs because of the SMT, right? And then finally, it would probably just be a protected stop loss with a low resistant target. That's going to be probably the biggest thing. You always want to make sure, the way that I kind of think about my setups when I'm entering is like number one, DOL, number two, protected stop loss, and then obviously kind of, I don't really place AMD third, but it's kind of like DOL, protected stop loss, AMD, and then like the displacement out of, you know, your key level. So that's really the main things that I look for. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Like if you use those things, right, those, and then, you know, your entry trigger could be literally whatever. But if you use those few things, honestly, that's gonna heighten your win rate. So okay, next question. What car are you buying next? What's your dream car? Honestly, bro, the car that I really want to buy, I've actually been really debating on whether I should buy it or whether I should do other things first, but I'm buying my mom a car first, bro. And the car she wants is like 60K, bro. So yeah, I'm gonna buy her a car first before I buy myself anything. I'm gonna get her a nice car. But anyways, the car that I want to buy is the AMG G, either a like a C63S, I like the 53, bro, the C53 or E53, super clean. But in all honesty, I really just want an AMG GT. I seen there's a C. The C's tough. The S, bro, is super tough. The performance one with the little race flag on it. I really love those cars, bro. Either that or like a C7 Z06 with the Maybach. I don't know, man. I love cars. I wish I didn't. It's gonna burn a hole in my pocket. But let's do like one more question, because I'm about to go to the gym. But let's do one more question. Let's see here. Let's find a good question. Did your parents support you when you started trading? So honestly, I have to thank my mom, because she was actually really, really supportive. She doesn't really know like what I'm doing or what's going on, or you know, anything like that. But she never was really like, oh, you should quit doing this. You should stop, right? But also, like, I moved out when I'm 18. When I was 18, I'm 20 now. So it really doesn't, it really wasn't, it's not like I'm in her house, I'm taking up her time, I'm not doing things, I didn't have a job or whatever like that. So yeah, but if you guys are struggling with that, that's just kind of something that you are gonna have to overcome. You know, everyone's different. Parents obviously just want you to be safe. But yeah, appreciate you guys watching this video. If you guys made it all the way to the end, like I said, drop a penguin emoji or a Spider-Man emoji. I love you guys.